The village of Kanta was a place woven from red dust, ancient baobab trees, and strict traditions. Among its youth, 16-year-old Chidi was known for his restless spirit. While the elders valued patience, Chidi chased the thrill of tomorrow. It was the peak of the dry season, the harmattan, and the entire village was a tinderbox. The grasses were brittle, bone-dry, and whispered warnings in the wind. For generations, the golden rule of Kanta during the dry season was absolute: no wildfires, under any circumstance. Land clearing was strictly forbidden until the first rains softened the earth. But Chidi had a plan. He wanted to clear a patch of fertile land near the forest edge to plant his own yams. He reasoned that if he surprised his father with a ready plot, he would finally be treated as a man. "The elders are too slow," Chidi muttered to himself, clutching a box of matches. "I will just burn a small patch. I can control it." The spark. Late one afternoon, when the village was quiet and the adults were resting, Chidi crept to the edge of the woods. He struck a single match. The tiny flame danced for a second before he dropped it onto the parched grass. For a moment, it worked perfectly. The dry brush crackled, eating away the debris just as he envisioned. Chidi smiled, feeling a surge of pride. Then the wind changed. A sudden, fierce gust of the harmattan swept down from the hills. In the blink of an eye, the manageable fire transformed into a roaring, golden beast. It leaped over Chidi's makeshift boundary, climbing the ancient baobabs and sprinting toward the village thatch roofs. "Fire! Fire in the east!" the village drum suddenly wailed, a frantic, terrifying rhythm. The aftermath, Chidi froze, his blood turning to ice. He beat at the flames with his shirt, but it was like trying to stop the ocean with a cup. The village descended into chaos. Men, women, and children formed frantic bucket brigades, pouring precious drinking water onto the advancing flames. By the time the fire finally choked itself out against the village river, the damage was done. 3 family granaries, the village's entire winter food supply, lay in smoldering black ash. Worse still, the sacred ancestral shrine, a sanctuary that had stood for 2 centuries, was completely destroyed. As the smoke cleared, the village gathered in the central square. Chidi stood in the center, weeping, his face stained with soot and tears. He confessed to everything. There was no anger from his father, only a deep, crushing sorrow that felt worse than any beating. Chidi wasn't banished, but his punishment was heavier. He was tasked with rebuilding the shrine and farming the community lands to replace the lost food. He had wanted to be seen as a man, but through one impatient mistake, he learned the hardest lesson of all: that true maturity respects the wisdom of the eld.